This road leads us to Munyaka Farm. The Munyaka land dispute has been going on for several years now, and there are no signs of putting to stop the land ownership wrangles that began over 30 years ago. Meet 76-year-old Daniel Ngunjiri, one of the many people who bought a piece of land of the Munyaka farm in 1983, but never got a title deed from the seller Davidson Mwangi, who was a member of the Land Control Board at the time, a mistake that started an 18-year court battle after a misunderstanding.
He demanded that we either pay him or he refer money back to us, and we quit. But we said no.
It was a court battle that saw him lose the land he has called home for the last 30 years for what the Meru High Court ruled as failure to appear before the Land Control Board and legally possess the land. Thus, the transactions were nullified.
How could one get a consent for a land that an individual was selling while it was not registered in his name?
Ngunjiri is not the only one who faces eviction. This school rests on Munyaka farm and will have to go if the eviction order is carried out. These are just some of the people who settled on the farm after its sale, now bitter with the outcome of the legal battle and the allegations that came during the long years.
It cannot be, just a miracle. Having sold 200 acres, that all these people were crazy, they didn't know what they are doing, that in your rule you say that they should defecate.
So what does the government do in such cases?
If it is public land, then we can play a role. But if it's private land, then what we can do or not do is very restricted, it's very limited.
The facts of the matter are such that it's appealable, that the judge erred in making his ruling. They can appeal.
While it is said that Kenyans treat the issue of land with a lot of sensitivity, one can only wonder what will happen to the over 200 people who now face eviction.
Which government can legitimize somebody to sell his property? When he runs broke, he comes back through court proceedings, and then he is given that land back without refunding the people. We shall go to the Supreme Court.
Anybody, hata kama ni hawa askari watakuja kututoa, watutoe, watuue, kwa sababu tutaenda wapi?
Any attempts to reach Davidson Mwangi, the seller, proved futile, but his lawyer insisted that the people on Munyaka farm were not trespassing on private property and should vacate immediately. Are there any working laws that can protect the interests of people who find themselves in such a position? Maureen Murimi, Citizen Live at 9.